lasagna and show you guys how I do it in little snippets. Welcome back to my channel. So today we're going to be making lasagna. If you're new to my channel, I make videos, vlogs, cooking videos, tutorials, how-tos, and everyday content of my life. So if you want to follow, go ahead and do so now, as well as like this video if you want to see more content like this. So first things first, what we're going to need for our lasagna is our cheeses. I have whole cheese here, a block that I sliced up. I have Monterey, Asadero, and cheddar cheese here, shredded up, as well as shredded mozzarella, provolone, grated Parmesan, and regular shredded Parmesan. You're going to need lasagna noodles. Some people will like to use the ones that you need to boil. I like the oven ready, so it saves you more time, but it's totally up to your preference. I got these at Target. Minced garlic, basil, ribboned, 2 large eggs, ricotta. You can use whatever you like, whole milk, skim milk. I like the whole milk one. I have this Tasty seasoning. This is totally optional. It's a Parmesan and oregano red pepper seasoning from Tasty with McCormick. You're gonna need onion powder, cumin, paprika, Adobe light, and last but not least, oregano, as well as a tomato sauce, a marinara sauce. You can make one if you like, which is what you typically do. You can also use jarred. Just make sure it has no preservatives. So what I'm using is the ragu simply. It has no sugar added, and it's made with olive oil, and it has very few ingredients. You can read in the back. There. And then the star of the show, we have ground beef. This is about 1.25 pounds of ground beef that we're gonna start to cook up now. So thank you guys for tuning in, and let's cook. So now I just have some high heat oil. I'm using canola oil right now on the pan heating up, and I'm gonna take about 1 teaspoon of garlic and add that in. So we're just wait for that to start to heat up. And then we're also going to add in the meat once it starts to heat up. So now we're just gonna add in our ground beef piece by piece. We lower the heat, don't want to cook too high. I'm gonna burn the garlic. Now I have this on a medium heat. And then we're just gonna start to break up the meat. And I like, some people season it prior. I like to season it right in the pan. I like not over seasoning it. Just break that up a little bit. Now I'm going to go in with paprika. And give it a generous little amount. That's like about a tablespoon. Cumin. This is about 1 teaspoon. Then we're gonna go in with the Tasty seasoning. You don't need too much of this. This is optional. Like I said, you don't have this. Is not a must in the recipe. I just personally like it. Onion powder. That much as well. A little bit of the Adobe seasoning. And then last but not least, the oregano. I prefer to use the Dominican oregano powder opposed to the leaves because it does make a big difference when you cook. So now we're just gonna try to blend this all in and get this all cooked up. And then we're gonna leave this going for 30 minutes to 40 minutes. I like to add water little by little so the meat does get tenderized, so you're not having crumbly meat when you eat. So I'm gonna let this go and then add water in about 15 minutes. So see you guys then. So now we're just gonna make our ricotta mixture while the meat is going. So we're just gonna dump the whole tub of the ricotta mixture. This is my favorite part of the recipe, nice and creamy. And then some people don't like to add egg. I believe the egg is what holds everything together. So we're gonna add that in, 2 large eggs right after, and whip this all together with some seasoning. Gonna get everything out. That's about everything. So then we're going to add some of the Parmesan into that, as well as half of our basil mixture, because the rest we're going to save for the topping. Then we're going to add 2 large eggs. We're going to add our onion powder, generous. We're going to add a teensy bit of our oregano, and lots of pepper. mixing this all together until it gets that nice consistency. You're gonna want it to turn a pastel yellow color all together once it's combined. Okay, now we have that going. Clean up as you go. So then we're gonna tune back in once the beef is set so we can start setting up the lasagna layers. Okay, so now we're gonna assemble the lasagna. So I have the ground beef here. I drained the oil. Make sure you drain the grease and oil from it. You do not want to give all that grease in the lasagna because it will not hold together. And unless you're trying to end up with a clogged artery on my 600-pound life, I would not recommend. But anyways, let's get started. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna add some tomato sauce as the base. Some people like to pour this in a bowl and do it with a little ladle, whatever floats your boat. I can do it like this. It's easiest for me because I always end up with leftover marinara sauce that I have to refrigerate for another time. And whatever leftover meat you have, you can always use that as taco meat, taco salad meat. Make stuffed shells, use it for another pasta dish, or eat on its own. It's up to you. So after doing that, we're gonna layer. I unfortunately only bought one box, and it's only for me and my partner, my boyfriend, and my sister. My daughter does not eat lasagna. So this only gave me for 2 layers, but you can do up to 3-4 layers, whatever you want. And plus I have a small pan. So typically you would have the first layer like this, which I'm gonna do now. And then the top layer would be, then first you would have the cheese and meat layer. Then you would have another layer like that, and the top would be the one I'm gonna show you. So I'm just eliminating 1 layer by just doing 2. So we're just gonna lay these out. And it's okay if they overlap. I'm not putting anything there but cheese because the way the pan is set, but you can do whatever you want. Like I said, this is a quick video I just wanted to make for you guys, nothing serious. Cooking is not serious, all about having fun and tasting new things. So first things first, we're going to add the ricotta. People have very different ways of assembling. I like to add the ricotta. Okay, so I'm adding all the ricotta. Which I think I might have extra left. Okay, and I'm adding some of the meat. I'm going to use another spoon for that. This was the perfect amount for us, as you can see, because it gave us for that layer £1.5 pounds. It's about $5. Lasagna is not that expensive, except for the cheese is the only costly thing, and the ricotta depending what kind you buy. I bought Stop and Shop this time. Typically, I would use the Supreme brand, which is a Rhode Island brand. It's own brand, but that's what I did this time. I'm just gonna do that, and then we're gonna add our cheeses. So I'm gonna go generously in with the mozzarella, generous amount, as well as with the cheddar and Asiago mix. Hey Mila. Then we're gonna layer down some of the cheeses. Okay, a little more cheese. All right, and add a couple ribbons of basil throughout it. Okay, then the next layer. I'm gonna break a corner to actually cover this here. It's okay if they overlap, like I said. So now we're just gonna add the leftover ricotta. If you want to do a third layer, you'd be doing the same meat and cheese process as before, but since this is my top layer, I'm just adding the ricotta. Then the sauce. You don't want to go too crazy with the sauce, then it's gonna take forever to harden. Okay, then we're just going in with more of the mozzarella cheese. We're just going in with the cheese mixes again on top. And I feel like we need more cheese, so I'm just gonna grab the grated Parmesan, which was in the first mix, and just adding more. It's just a craft. I'm just sprinkling in where the holes are, basically. I need that redness is showing. I'm gonna go ahead and make this a white rice. Some people make it with garlic bread, with a salad. It depends on you. You know, your cultural upbringing and what you guys are accustomed to. I'm Spanish, so we're used to eating it with white rice and a side salad, maybe even Texas toast. We're just doing a white rice today for me and my family here. So now that that's all set, we're gonna preheat the oven to 375, and then we're gonna let this go for about 30 to 40 minutes, and then up the heat to 425 once the cheese starts bubbling. So we'll tune back in then when everything's all set. So now we're just playing Uno and drinking wine, waiting for the lasagna to finish. So our lasagna is done. So now we just have to let it sit for about 20 to 30 minutes. That when we cut it, it doesn't all fall apart, but this is the final product.